Warning, this is spoiler review. So if you do not like spoilers or you have not seen the show yet and you do not want to be spoiled, then click away from the video and either watch Polis's video or watch the series. Because it is spoiler free and mine's usually not.
Yeah,
I'm never good at making spoiler free reviews, so this is where all the spoiler talk
well,
goes.
it's barely a review these types. It
Yeah,
is, I call them spoiler talks or movie. Well, this isn't a movie, but this type of video, movie discussion, film discussion, TV discussion, anime discussion, whatever.
yeah.
Feet spoilers or whatever you want to say. So this was a series I suggested, right?
Yeah, you suggest it.
Yeah.
You're usually the
'Cause,
one to suggest
I'm
these.
more into anime than you. And this I'd say was the best anime this season. Uh, I was really hoping Love Live Sunshine would be, but it wasn't.
And
It wasn't. And so yeah, overall it was a really good series just to get, our basic thoughts out of the way. I I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't perfect,
oh,
which
like
we'll get onto
in a
a bit later. So do
bit
you want to say
later.
your...
I
Huh?
I liked it. It was a really good series that actually got my attention, and I kept watching it. So and then yeah, and then I liked the series. It was a very good series.
Okay, so is I already know, but tell it for the viewers or
Tell,
listeners because it's not really a video, is it?
Hmm.
Like we put it on YouTube, but it's not a video.
it
So, who's your favorite character?
hmm hmm. Uh, I forgot her name, but she's usually the one with the weapons and that, and like quite strict.
Every time every time I ask you, you change the character.
Well, she's now become my favorite, to be honest.
Yeah, if I ask you like in a week, I bet you would change it. It's
No, but this is
Umiko,
my
her
final.
name.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
reason
I
why I
think
like
she
her
was
is
quite funny.
because yeah, like yeah, she looks like that character you'll hate, but then you actually will like her because she's actually quite funny in her own
Yes,
way.
I sort of liked her from the start, just because she was very different to the other characters. Like the
Yeah.
others, they had original personalities, but she was very original. Because the rest, they were all sort of still light-hearted, whereas she was like more serious, into weapons, and there was that scene in one of the episodes where they actually are having like a gunfight,
Yes.
which is just crazy that it shifts tone from the normal basic moe slice of life to
Like
like a proper
will
gunfight.
yeah, like BB
Uh,
guns and that.
do you know who my favorite character was?
Who's your favorite character?
Do you know?
Oh yeah, I know. I forgot her name though. Oh no, wait, how do you say it? I'm
No, no,
really
you try and say, you try and say it.
Muffy a no.
Did you watch the series?
I watched the series, but I just can't say the names. All right,
Hifumi.
Humifumi, yeah, Humifumi. She was like the
Again.
shy character
Yeah, she was,
who who doesn't usually speak a lot, but she's like
yeah. She does sort of have an arc throughout the series where by the end she is more confident. If you were to watch it again,
she's more confident in her own way. Like
you like at the start she would only talk to people by typing on the chat room, and
typing.
then yeah, then when she sort of met Alba,
She
she became more like confident, talked to her more because she reminded her of a hedgehog. Uh,
mhm.
I think that's
Don't know
I think
why.
that's what happened.
Don't know how
Because of the way she
Hoba
ate.
reminds her of a hedgehog who's just got like a expressionless face.
But yeah, there were sort of character arcs, which is really surprising in this type of show, and like the plot moved forward, but not as explicitly as something like an action show where it's obviously moving forward. It just felt like natural life, where by the end it had moved forward, but you didn't even notice,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. And I thought that was just like really well written. You also had like Alba, who at first was sort of unsure of what's going on, and then 3/4 into the series, you get Nenechi comes in, and then she sort of acts as a mentor to her in
like
some ways.
how Alba was like on her first few days at work.
Yeah.
Because like when you first start, you gotta get used to your surroundings and what happens and that.
Favorite scene? Do you have one? I don't actually have one
What favorite
myself.
episode?
A favorite scene, I was gonna say, because
Oh,
I don't have one. Just every scene where Hifumi actually got a line, I'd say. Because there were a lot where she was in the background but just didn't say anything, and I'm pretty sure there was one episode where I was like, did she say anything? I didn't notice anything.
my favorite part is when is it Nahishi or something? I can't pronounce his name.
Who?
Like Alba's friend, like.
Oh, Nenechi.
Yeah, like when she's like has her feet under like the power cord, and then she unplugs it with her feet by accident. And she knows what she's.
I remember she's a funny character because I just remember. Do you remember
she's
the scene
like
where
a
she fell over?
clumsy and like very active and.
Do you remember the scene where she fell over?
Yes, when she managed.
That was really funny. I think that was probably the scene that got me laughing the most. Because it's in slow motion as well, and that makes it funnier. So you've also got Yagami Ko, who I thought your favourite character was, because she was your favourite character last time I asked.
Yeah, because like how first she seemed like strict in a way, but then she was actually like helpful as episodes kept going.
I liked the way that she sort of that Alba sort of liked her. There was the tiny bit of she sort of knew her.
Yeah, like
I don't know how to explain it, but she knew her, but she was still introduced to her in a way that
she reminded her of someone.
Well, it was she'd seen her in one of the behind the scenes books of, I don't know if it was Fairy's Story or Fairy's Story 2, and she didn't 100% recognise her, as you find out later in the series. What did you think of Yun, the girl that looked a little bit like Nenechi?
Oh, I mean,
she didn't really do much.
She didn't do much. We just knew her as a person who just focused on her weight, who was worried about her weight.
Catch my attention. Usually she was in scenes with other people who sort of stole a scene from her. She was always in a scene with Alba or Hashima, and they were always.
Yeah, but I feel like in the last episode she did get some her own scenes in a way. Well, the last couple episodes, I think.
I think about sometimes they realise that Hifumi is the most popular character. Because I think she is their most popular character. Let me just quickly check now on my anime list. I think she is the character of the most favourites from the series. So she has 305. Alba has 169. Yeah, so Hifumi's leading by a lot. Yeah. Especially when you consider that she never gets any lines. Apart from... Did you like the bit that bothered me was the sort of what I would call ecchi moments, but for those of you that aren't really into anime, because I think your fan base isn't into anime, was the sexual moments.
I know a couple of my mates are into anime, but not the medical. mediocre anime, as I put it. But
Yeah.
nothing bad with that. I mean,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah. So what did you think of the ecchi or sexual scenes? So like
Quite awkward in my mind.
when Yagami like she was always in a pantsuit and
Or when it was
they had the
her.
medical checkup and
Mm, yeah, and then the bit with when
the bathhouse. Was it a bath?
I don't know, I
It
can't.
was a bath somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if it was a bathhouse. I think it was because they announced there was going to be a bathhouse full episode as well. So in the DVD and Blu-ray. So I'm gonna have to get that. I don't know how I'm gonna get my hands on that though, because you need to buy the separate volume. Because one thing I don't like about anime, right, as well as ecchi, is
Oh, because
the way when they release anime at first, they release like 2 episodes, and then charge like a pretty hefty price, and
mhm,
there'll be 6 volumes, right? I believe, just by guessing. There might be 5, something like that, but there'll be 5 or 6 to get, and then you have to somehow like prove to them, I don't know how, that you have all those copies, and then they'll send you the special episode.
mhm,
But because we're not in Japan,
yep.
it might be a bit tricky to get my hands on that. Harder than just ordering from Ami Ami. So I'm gonna get my hands on that if I can, but I don't know if I can. Because usually with OVAs, they can get they can get away with a lot more stuff because it's not aired on TV.
Yeah.
For the people that did like the ecchi, who I'm not one of those people. Like, did you find it sort of natural, or did it take you out of it when suddenly you'd get like the tilt up Fumi having a shower?
Oh, that was like, I don't know why, but those like I know it's like anime and like you have those weird bits in like Japanese cartoons which won't be in like ordinary like American British cartoons. Be-
That one was definitely the one that stood out to me. Like the rest, when they're having a like medical examination, okay, that makes sense. You have
makes
to show the scene of them in like lifting up the shirts slightly. That made sense, but that sort of felt natural to me. Whereas the shot of
did not
Fumi
feel
in the
natural.
shower,
Felt weird. It just felt
yeah, I
wrong.
mean, nice animation, nice nice gal, but
Not that way. uh,
yeah. So I was gonna compare this to if anyone, I don't know if anyone's seen Bakuon, which was another sort of light-hearted girls show with a lot of girls in, but they were motorbiking. That also had ecchi moments in, but that did it way worse. Like
I...
that was awful. Like if you want to see something bad, watch that
That's the
because
an.
it's like like the happy moments in New Game. It's the same as that, right? Not as well written, but that sort of thing. And then suddenly there'll be like bikini girls just like rubbing up on their motorbikes. And it's like, what show is this? Like
No, no, no.
that was disgusting watching that. Like it actually made me feel like, oh, what is life? But so it wasn't as bad as that, I'd say. But it could have been better. So are we done, I guess?
Yeah.
Not really much else to say. This will be
So,
a short one.
do you think they'll make a second series?
Uh, well, the manga's still ongoing, so very likely they will. It's pretty popular within the Japanese anime community. It is the number one. Surprisingly, I thought it would be Love Live Sunshine, but just because Love Live is really popular, I guess people just don't want to see the girls change. So this was the most popular within the Japanese anime community. Um, it did get quite a bit of hate here, didn't it, in the West, by people saying it's not a true representation
Of
of
how
the game development.
the
Jog on,
thing,
mate.
right? Here's the thing with that. Like, it works differently. Like, I know how hard it is to like actually be in the game development industry. You gotta like codes, you gotta like get it right, not make sure there's any bugs, because people will point that out, and I know that because
Yeah,
I've pointed out bugs before when I've played games, and also with people that will still hate on the game even for no reason. But like because with game developing, it depends on what kind of game you're making. If it's something that you've been working on for ages, it'll be hard, but it may get easier. But then, it depends on, like, if it's a simple 2D game, that can be easy. I know that for sure. But simply,
but
it's a mix.
the way I see it is, it's it was never, it was not once did it pretend to be a realistic working, like, I don't know, you can't say simulator because it's not a game, but it's never once pretended to be a mirror into the real game development world.
I mean, it
It
can.
has, from the start, advertised itself as a moe cute girls show.
And
And obviously it's based on the manga, which is a four-koma manga, which, for those of you who don't know, it is a manga or comic where you have just four panels, and
mhm,
then that's the joke or the scene, sort of like a newspaper comic,
yeah,
except you get lots of them around the same sort of theme. So you get like a four-panel scene, and you get lots of them in one like day,
yeah.
and it there's no development. You can't have a developed story in four panels. So of course it's not going to be.
That
It's, panel number one, slaving over my computer. Panel number two, I'm slaving over my computer again. That would not be interesting. It's a comedy. And like The Office, right? That's the most famous
yeah.
workplace thing. You don't see them doing paper stuff. Nobody complains that that's not about the paper business. Nobody says I'm in the paper business. This is not a realistic representation. Why is New Game getting flack? Like, I mean, I love The Office. It's my favorite like
Yeah,
anime
I do.
series, but
uh,
and the thing is, I wouldn't want to watch a realistic representation. I wouldn't want to see Hifumi in Konami conditions. Like, do you remember all the stuff come out about Konami? Was it
oh,
a year, 2 years ago? Whenever that was, I don't want to see her in those conditions. That would be sad to watch. And there's people like, oh, I'm in the game development industry and I wanted to watch something like that. Why would you want to watch something like that? If
exactly.
if you're busy doing this job you hate, why do you want to watch other people do that job? Surely you want to watch
Yeah.
the happy version.
Or a happy version, not like a depressing
Yeah,
version.
and
It's been like, mm.
and when I was like writing my review, because I
Yeah.
just scripted it, I wrote a line in there. I don't know the exact line, but something about how this isn't about game development. This is about game developers, because it was more about people making the game than them actually making it. Like, it was about the team, but only about half of it was showing them making the game. And it's just the same for every Slice of Life Moe series. Like, uh, K-On!, the most famous one, they never play any music. That's in the top 50 most popular animes of all time. So, school comedies, in-betweeners, nobody complains that they don't see them doing
Right.
revision and stuff in that.
Mhm. It's like, oh
Right,
no, that's not how
I think
you.
I've got my point across now.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
that does annoy me. Like,
I see why, but yeah.
that's not what it's meant to be.
I
So can't help it if you
yeah.
I thought it was going to be something else when 100% of the
Uh.
marketing suggested otherwise.
Alright. To end it on a note, I hope there will be probably a second series soon. That will come soon.
Probably won't be. I only read like the start of the manga because, to be honest, I wasn't a fan of the manga. I read it before the anime came out. This is a series that works a lot better as an anime, but I might actually start picking up that to see how far the story goes on. Just to see what happens afterwards, because we do have obviously the OVA where they go to a onsen, and that probably won't have any game development in at all because you can't have computers around a bath. And we've got the game coming out. I hope it comes out in the West. It better come out in the West, or I'm gonna cry. Where they're making DLC for the game. So they're making that a DLC story, so
Yeah,
that
pretty interesting.
should be good as long as it comes out.
Right.
And after that, I guess they could imagine if they did like a spin-off where like they quit Eagle Jump and make like on Kickstarter they make their own version, sort of like Bloodstained, Mighty
Uh,
Number Nine. I want to see that, and they can call it like New Game Rogue, something like that. Like a really over-the-top
yeah.
serious title. And then like on all the advertising material, put like the scenes of them all in like combat gear with
Yeah.
like the guns.
Like swords and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So that's our spoiler review for New Game. Hope you enjoyed it. Well, depending on whoever's watching this, may enjoy it or not enjoy it. It's a mix.
They probably would have turned off if they didn't enjoy it.
True, true. Unless they actually decide to get through it. Alright.
Yeah, but I really like this series. I actually think I like it maybe too much because
Yeah,
when,
I probably.
whenever I like see this merch for the series, I'm like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, and I have to keep telling myself, don't buy it, you dickhead. It's too expensive, all this stuff. I'm like, but I want it. I love New Game. I want it. I love Hifumi. I want this Dakimakura. I'm like, it's too expensive. Don't buy it.
Yeah. Alright.
I think this Christmas I'm gonna ask everyone if they can buy me New Game merch.
Alright. Hope you enjoyed the review. Give it a like if you
Yes,
want.
please. Give Kieran likes.
A comment.
Give Kieran more.
I'm begging for likes.
Give me more. My channel is
I
dying.
am begging for likes.
My channel is dying. Please, more views, more subs.
Come on, I need to make money. Alright? I'm only making 3p a
You
month.
you at 180?
180.
Not 180.
150.
150.
150. Doing a 180.
I was thinking about 180 because I was earlier I was thinking about the 180-degree rule because I was thinking about how I was looking up like when you can break the 180-degree rule.
Yeah. Right. Well, if you enjoyed it, give it a like, comment probably. If you haven't, subscribe. And check out Polis's channel and Polis's spoiler-free review.
Subscribe. We need some more subs. So
Yeah.
I want to get. Oh, you got 152.
Wait, what? Who's got 152?
You have.
Oh yeah, because a couple of people subscribed to me from like a Discord
I've got
server.
215. Like, I'm so annoyed. I got 218 this morning. What has happened today?
I don't know.
It was before I uploaded the new game review as well. So I hadn't done anything to lose. And I'm like, I'd understand it if I put up a video they didn't like, but I didn't do anything. in between this
Yeah.
time.
Alright. We'll see you guys later.